McDaniels at the 3 with Randall at the 4. And it's Gobert in at the center position. And for Utah, they've got Sviatoslav Mikhailuk. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with Lauri Markkanen. Then there's George, and it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. At this time of the season, Doris, about midway through the schedule, what's the chief concern for most teams?
Well, the priority is always health, right? Teams try to weather the storm of a long season. But the other thing is chemistry, that intangible that maybe you can't define specifically, but when it exists, boy, it's special.
Now here's Edwards.
Get through.
Shot clock at 6. Out to DiVincenzo. Fires the 3. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist.
Shot ready off the catch. Dante DiVincenzo with a jumper.
Pass to Mikhailuk.
Come to me.
Back to George. Marketed from long range. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. And here's Gobert. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 3-point game. Now here's Randall. Over Markkanen. Rebounded by Mikhailuk. A chance here to catch up with Ali from the sideline.
Will Hardy gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. His team is facing off with the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. As far as how they plan to defend him, Coach said it'll be a team effort. They plan to rotate who has him defensively, and Coach's words were, Ant is so special. You have to guard him with the numbers. BA, back to you.
Thank you for that, Ali. To the paint. Here's Randall. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Such a tough proposition guarding Julius Randle in that area. This guy is capable on the interior.
Pass to Markkanen. Nurkic, a screen on Randall. Inside. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Markkanen against Randall. Now Edwards. Randall on the screen. There's the triple. And it's Anthony Edwards with the 3.
Edwards, such an explosive scorer. You don't want to concede that three-point shot. Boy, that's going to make him feel good.
And Markkanen with the stuff.
Finally, a make for this team. Hopefully it gives them a little confidence.
It's usually interesting. After a bit of a struggle, does the first bucket get you into a little rhythm now?
For Utah, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Grant, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, BA. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
Here's DiVincenzo following the 3 by Utah. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards can't get that one to fall. About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Markkanen outside. Back to George. 6 to shoot. Pass to Markkanen. Lets it go from deep. That one won't fall. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Minnesota leading by 3. It's McDaniels on the wing. 15 in his last outing. Again, the miss by Edwards.
How about this? He cannot find his rhythm in this period. This has been tough sledding.
It's George on the wing. DiVincenzo covering. Markkanen for 3. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule. They lost to the Rockets.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Utah with the ball, following the score by Minnesota. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Pass to Gobert. And here's Randall. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Lauri Markkanen.
Boy, what a nice offensive move by Julius Randle. Lures the defender in to draw the contact. That is pretty.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of this game. The free throw drops for Randle. And Doris, the Wolves, the 6th seed last season. But by point differential, they were the 2nd best team in the West.
It didn't start out smoothly for an organization that made major changes. The massive difference in personnel with Julius and Dante changed how they were structured. But boy, with a young superstar in Anthony Edwards, they figured it out, and I think they're well positioned moving forward.
He's perfect from the line this time.
He's one of the league's best free throw shooting bigs. A performance like this certainly proves it.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Shot is up. McDaniels with the rebound.
Listen, that's a good shot for him. He just couldn't connect.
Here's Gobert. Minnesota again missing. And so it's Nurkic who brings up the ball for Utah. They trail by 7. You know, last game they matched up with the Mavs. A tough loss there.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
One thing you know, Greg, is you've got to pack your defense in the suitcase if you're going to win on the road, and they simply did not bring it.
George outside. Now here's Filipowski. The D's right on him. Filipowski sets a screen. Gets the 3 ball to go.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Edwards. Looking at his scoring efficiency, he's averaging around 29 a game. Picked by Gobert. Now here's Edwards. Not a lot of room. Out to DiVincenzo. The 3 is up. Pure from 3-point range. DiVincenzo's got 6.
Well, exactly what DiVincenzo out here to do. Spread the floor.
Here's Sensabaugh. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Now here's Randle, covered by Filipowski. Outside, DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards outside. The rebound by Filipowski.
The green light they gave him early should probably turn red. He needs to get others involved.
And the foul on Kyle Filipowski. That's his first foul.
They have to figure out a way to lock down the ball and stop giving it away.
Bailey's checked in for Sensabaugh. Minnesota leading by 7. Randle deciding where to go with it. Outside Edwards. Picked by Gobert. They grab their own miss. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Launches it. And there's McDaniels. That one's good on the assist from Randle.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Nurkic's shot is good.
This is exactly where you want Jusuf Nurkic operating on the offensive end.
McDaniels, a screen on George. Pass to McDaniels. Randle outside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And on lottery night, the Utah Jazz sliding back to the 5th pick, Doris.
BA, I know for the fan base, obviously that's disappointing. Everybody wants the top pick, or they're hoping for at least a top 3 pick. But here's the key for the Utah Jazz. They have put in place an organization of leadership that will make good decisions over a span of time. This isn't a one draft wonder. This is about building out over time and getting a sustainable roster.
And the Jazz finishing last season with the league's youngest roster and some good players in that mix, Doris.
Listen, the fan base understands that the Utah Jazz are trying to rebuild a roster. The Jazz are hoping they've taken the step in the right direction with the draft haul they have, and with the picks on the horizon, it's just going to take time.
And so he hits both. And after some uncertainty, the Timberwolves moving forward under new governorship, Doris.
Boy, B.A., that sale process was long and obviously at times quite contentious. I believe the organization has to be thrilled that that is finally in the past, because what you want to do is focus on trying to continue the Wolves' recent run of success. There's a lot to be excited about with this young group.
Count it. Good.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Now here's Conley, averaging around 5 points a game. Down low. Here's Love. Oh, here's Love with the jam.
Oh, guys, Love leaves no doubt with the finish on that one.
The Timberwolves lead by 6. Now Conley. Outside Edwards. That one's good. 2 for 8 now.
Already 6 of their points coming off second chances. Pretty impressive.
Here's Collier. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And don't forget the sensational plays he made out there. He saw the court so well, firing perfect passes to teammates for wide-open shots.
Just 4 to shoot. He's off on that one.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Gobert passes to Randall. And there's the lob. Tipped. Filipowski with it. Randall's in his pocket. 4-3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, where they beat the Jazz.
Because they took initiative and went right at the defense, a lot of the calls went in their favor.
2 things are a product of that. 1, you shoot a ton of freebies. 2, the other team goes deep into its rotation. Neither one of those 2 things is going to work.
Knocks down the long J.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Outside Conley. Outside McDaniels. Pass to Randall. 6 on the shot clock. There's a screen for 3. Can't get it to go. 2 for 4 thus far. Jazz trail by 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Thank you. Anthony Edwards is truly a superstar on the rise. He said, quote, "People forget how young I am. I'm not even touching my prime yet. I'm just trying to get more efficient as every year goes by." Brian, back over to you.
A star on the rise. Allie, thanks for the report. And Chris Finch wants a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. All right, the Jazz making a change here. Sheboy's checked in. And the Timberwolves will go for a different look here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Miller comes in for Randall. Clark is checked in for McDaniels. And Dillingham subbed in for Anthony Edwards. And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. 3-point lead. Pass to Dillingham. Beyond the arc. Rebounded by the Jazz. And here's Filipowski. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Good on the shot.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Conley looking for an opening. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And if you're looking for a steady hand to run the offense, Mike Conley has been the gold standard for years.
B.A., one thing coaches love is knowing what they will get from a player every single night. With Mike Conley, that's high-level point guard play, a low-mistake player, a knockdown shooter when left open, but more importantly, the first and only thing he thinks about nightly is, how do we win this basketball game in front of us?
And last season, the Jazz with the worst record in franchise history, Grant.
Yeah, losing with a plan, though. Utah, such a smart organization. If you're going to tear it down to the studs, do it in a good draft year.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Randall is checked in. And Conley drops them both.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from him, right? Excellence at the foul line.
George against Conley. Pass to Hendricks. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
Minnesota in the lead. And 1:01 left in the first quarter. And that one's good from Conley.
Boy, just such a high level of consistency with his shot mechanics. Mike Conley with the perimeter game.
Pass to Hendricks. Back to George. From the arc. Fires in the triple. George has got 6 points.
I just love the ball move.
Here's Dillingham. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Reed for three. Rebounded by Bailey. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's George. Right wing. Here's Bailey. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas. To the inside, Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
And he's playing the game with a certain flair right now.
Oh, he caps off the move with a little hang time on the rim. Well, a good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. It's Minnesota up 2. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
It's all about the offensive boards. I mean, they're just a statement about toughness, trying to demoralize your opponent by outworking them, out-hustling them.
I think the other thing they're doing is they're wearing out the opponent in transition, exploding up the floor for easy chances.
Setting the floor for the Timberwolves. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Dillingham out there with Mike Conley. And it's Clark in at the 3. Here's Collier. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
To the middle. Oh, got a piece of it. To the paint. Pass break Utah. And they take the lead. Bailey's got 5.
Good fast-paced play there. It's much easier to find a shot when you beat the defense back.
Outside Conley for 3. Randall. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. 13 points in the game.
Well, you cannot sleep on Julius Randle. Catch and shoot jumper. Okay, Julius, we see you.
Filipowski, the pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. To the right side. Clock at 4. Hendricks, no good.
You gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Clark, the pass to Randall. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Collier. Utah trailing here. Pass to George. Lets it fly. And all around the rim that time before dropping.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Randall outside. Now here's Reed. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Conley passes to Randall. The kick out to Conley. 3-pointer. Counted from distance.
Well, Mike Conley, we know his pre-shot preparation is excellent. Catch and shoot bucket, yes, sir.
Pass to Filipowski. Here's Bailey. Clark covers. And Bailey gets it to go. And Grant, when talking about certain players, we hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
The Jazz have gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Out to the right wing. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier. Here's the pick. Puts up a 3. Drills it from deep. Collier's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And Chris Finch wants a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. Markkanen's checked in for Utah. Edwards, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Every team in the new NBA wants to be on this list. The sharpshooters from three-point range. Fourth, the Timberwolves.
Instead of just bombing away, they work hard to create good looks from beyond the arc.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Edwards, so good inside.
Boy, Edwards so good in close. This guy has got touch and strength, everything you could ask for.
George with it. Give him 8 points now. Markkanen with a screen on Conley. For 3, George. Clark grabs the board.
Started out strong from three-point land. Hit 2 in the first quarter, but he's gone dry since.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Randall. Good. The assist goes to Edwards. 15 points for Julius Randle.
Well, dependability, right? That is not wasting possessions. This is all about taking and making good shots.
And here's Markkanen. Here's Bailey. He has 7. That one no good. Now here's Randall. He's guarded closely. Pass to Conley. Now Clark. Fires for 3. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. Here's Bailey. Giving this team some energy. Averaging a little over 10 points a game. And the bucket is good. Collier's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
Outside Conley. Randall inside. Markkanen's there. And he gets the bucket. Randall's got 17 points. And here's George. They'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 1. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas. They'll match up against the Mavericks. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. For 3, Collier. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Randall, the pass to Conley. Back to Randall. The 3. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Boy, he is just doing it all right now. And the more the ball goes through the net, the more his confidence grows.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. One of the stories here, Julius Randle, he is getting it done today.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
A different look here for Utah. Nurkic comes in for Filipowski. And Mikhailuk subbed in for Collier. And then for Minnesota. Minnesota. Gobert's checked in for Reed. Jaden McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Now here's Markkanen. He's a tough guy to check, averaging almost 28 points a game. DiVincenzo against George. 5 to shoot. Markkanen from long range. Oh, the soft touch from Markkanen, the 7-footer.
Well, you can see this team depends on Markkanen to space the floor, delivers with the range 3 there.
Well, Grant, we've heard Anthony Edwards talk about trusting his teammates. He understands you need everybody.
Yeah, a lot falls on his shoulders offensively with this team, BA. So those playmaking decisions in the moment, a lot easier said than done.
Markkanen sets a screen. Here's George. Rudy Gobert with a rebound. Gobert's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside McDaniels. The 3 is up. They get it again. Here's the second effort. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Rudy Gobert has been consistently great on the defensive end of the floor as a rim protector and shot blocker.
And offensive rebounding, one of Rudy Gobert's specialties, Grant.
Yeah, in some games, over half his points come from second chance opportunities. And you know, BA, even when you block him out, he can reach right over you and get that board.
No good on that one. And you look for bright spots in this developing core for Utah, Grant. What stands out?
Well, I think it's the front court, BA. You have 2 gifted scoring forwards in Markkanen and Bailey. Then you've got Walker Kessler, an elite shot blocker, manning the middle.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Sensabaugh is checked in for Bailey, and it's Collier in for George. And he's good on the second. All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, BA, with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
Reed in the post, defended by Nurkic. Outside, DiVincenzo. Here's Gobert. Rudy, a monster inside.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Collier. Utah moving the ball around. Buries it from 3. Sensabaugh's got 6 points.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
DiVincenzo finds Gobert. Back to DiVincenzo, to the middle. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Boy, that's a dunk we'll see for a while. Rudy Gobert, a little sauce on that one.
And so Will Hardy calls the timeout. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. Jazz trail by 5. Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. Markkanen against Reed. Here's Sensabaugh. Fires from deep. Hauled in by DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo's got 4 rebounds now.
Gosh, it feels like he's pressing a little bit, and obviously playing from behind doesn't help.
Up top, Reed. Outside McDaniels. He drops it from range. He's got 6.
They are just owning the boards right now.
For Utah, they've gotten half their shots to fall in the second, 8 for 16. Here's Sensabaugh, guarded by Edwards. Marketed from long range. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Jusuf Nurkic goes about 7 foot 300 pounds. If you don't check him out, he's going to make you pay.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, guys. The Timberwolves have elite shot creation, but it's finding that balance. Anthony Edwards said, I'm wired to score the ball. I'm going to showcase my game, so it's hard to find that balance of when to pass and when to keep it and try to get going. Sometimes I feel like the right play is me. Guys?
Fills it up with the best. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Sensabaugh. No good from outside. The Timberwolves lead by 6. To the inside. Here's Gobert. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
Well, there's height and reach to the advantage of Rudy Gobert. Just gets up and over the top of guys.
Over to the wing. Pass to Collier. Here's Sensabaugh. From the wing. Rebound Minnesota. Gobert's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done.
Boy, this guy has completely lost his focus. Nothing working.
Well, Ant will pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. Of course, more than comfortable letting it fly from the corner.
Marketed outside. Pass to Collier. We've got 1:28 left in the first half of this game. The Jazz, again, can't hit.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
When the whistle blows, it's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game.
They've done a lot of good things today. The one area they need to improve is their ball security.
Bailey's checked in for Collier.
Bailey.
Jazz trail by 11. A minute 6 left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's Mikhailuk. Still without a bucket. Here's Sensabaugh. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
You know, that was an excellent play right there, using his strength to power through contact.
Utah shooting their first free throw of the contest.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Grant, this defense of the Timberwolves, one of the league's stingiest.
Well, if you look up and down their lineup, not many weak links for opponents to target. And then, of course, you've got 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, on that back line. BA, they're tough.
Boy, Naz Reid able to concentrate and finish despite incredible defense.
Here's Bailey. He's got 7. From deep. Shot's good by Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh's got 9 points now in the quarter.
You know, building up confidence as the game goes on. Hit one from behind the arc in the opening period, 2 here in the second.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Reid. The 3 ball. They get the rebound. Right side Edwards. Picked by Gobert. For 3, DiVincenzo. Sinks it from distance. DiVincenzo's got 9. And it's Utah with the ball. Marketed from long range. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. What a performance for Julius Randle. He has been the story for Minnesota. He put together 10 points in the quarter. Well, now Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Thanks. Well, we have Coach Finch here at the half. How key is Rudy Gobert to this offense?
Yeah, I mean, he brings a whole different dynamic to our offense. You know, just making him feel part of our offense just creates so much gravity when he's rolling hard out there, creating a lot of good shots for his teammates.
He's on fire. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3.
Hello, folks. Is this the halftime show? Yes, it is. And kicking it off, let's quickly look at the Western Conference standings.
And taking a look at Utah, they hear the clock. Trying to coast through the season straight into the playoffs? Not how it works, fellas. They don't have the talent to pull that off. The effort has got to be there.
And now, how about those first 2 quarters of play? Just a dominating performance for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end, when you can turn misses into makes, that's found money.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Julius Randle has been sensational.
He took a head-on approach in the first half, going straight at the D and drawing fouls.
I have to love his tenacity. This guy stays in attack mode, makes defenders work, tries to keep them off balance.
And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. It's a 10-point game. We've got Lauri Markkanen, also Jusuf Nurkic out there, George out there with Sviatoslav Mikhailuk, and it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. And that's the group for Will Hardy as we begin the second half. Randle outside. Pass to Gobert. George against DiVincenzo. And he drops it in from the low post. 11 points in the game.
Man, that is DiVincenzo simply willing the ball in the bucket. That's 2 points the hard way.
Back to George. It's Mikhailuk on the wing. Pass to Sensabaugh. For 3, George. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
This is why you select Keontae George. This guy is very capable of huge offensive nights.
With the fadeaway. Randle can't hit. Jazz trail by 7. Here's Sensabaugh. Guarded by Edwards. Fast break, Minnesota. McDaniels got room. Book it. And it's Randle with the assist. McDaniels got 8 points.
McDaniels making excellent use of the mid-range there.
Pass to Sensabaugh. George, a screen on Edwards. Now Markkanen. There's the 3. And it's Gobert with a rebound.
Boy, I don't love his shot selection tonight. You've got to work for better looks.
Gobert with a screen on George. DiVincenzo. Wow, Rudy! Fancy!
How quickly does Rudy Gobert move off the screen? His mobility makes him a tough cover in the pick and roll.
How about that elevated look on the AT&T Connected cam? Utah's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. It's Mikhailuk on the wing. Utah with another miss. Minnesota leading by 11. Outside, DiVincenzo. Pass to Edwards. Now here's Gobert. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Down low. It's stolen by Nurkic. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. George outside. From downtown. Anthony Edwards with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Without a doubt, Ant-Man is one of the most entertaining players in the league, Horace.
You cannot take your eyes off Anthony Edwards when he's playing in a basketball game. The skill set is electric, but beyond that, he's got a 1,000-watt smile, and he understands this is an entertainment medium.
You hate to pile on, but his poor shooting night has really hurt the team.
DiVincenzo, the pass to Gobert. And here's Edwards outside. Edwards making it look so easy from deep.
This guy is constantly refining his game, and Anthony Edwards is dangerous from three.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Keontae George.
Well, there's no question about it. When it comes to what kind of value he brings to the table, it seems he's only improved since time has gone on, and you can't really put a price on what he does for them on the offensive side of the ball.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Nurkic a screen on DiVincenzo for three. George. Rebound Minnesota.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
And Randall the bucket on the assist by McDaniels. Randall's got 22.
And usually teams go on runs from a bunch of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
To snap the cold streak. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And there's no question George can fill it up. For him, it's about focusing on shooting good percentages.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Now Gobert. 11 points in the game. For three, Randall. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. Jazz trail by 13. Inside. Pass to George. Here's Sensabaugh. Marketing for three. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Randall's got 4 rebounds now. Now Gobert. Out to DiVincenzo. Outside McDaniels. Randall on the screen. This one for three. McDaniels can't hit. And it's Nurkic with the ball for Utah. Marketing outside. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now George. Clock at 6. Here's Mikhailuk. Misses the three. Here is DiVincenzo. A dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Down low. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Randall's got 5 assists in the game. George with it. 16 points for him. It's Mikhailuk on the wing. Here's Sensabaugh. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Utah with another miss.
He just couldn't finish the job that time, and too bad, because it was a nice look.
Outside, DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Nice move. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window and exploits it.
And so Will Hardy calls a timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Utah making a switch here. Bailey's checked in. All right, here now, the league's top rebounders over the previous 10 games as we bring you the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Rudy Gobert on top.
Over these last 10 games, this guy has owned the boards, playing so well as of late.
Jazz trail by 17. Pass to Markkanen. Now Nurkic. Utah moving the ball around. Here's George. And another miss by Utah. Minnesota leading by 17. And Edwards with the basket on the assist by Randall. Edwards has got 17.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
George passes to Bailey. Here's Mikhailuk. The three-pointer off the mark. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter. Here's McDaniels, 2 points. That one goes. McDaniels got 4 points this quarter.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
Boy, just sheer dominance, the ability to step into enemy territory and flat out take over. This is impressive.
Pass to Randall. Lays it up and banks it in. Randall's got 24.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
George passes to Mikhailuk. Now here's Nurkic, defended by Gobert. Pass to Bailey. They need this. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
This is why you love Nurkic. This guy is an exceptional passer.
Here's Gobert. Now here's DiVincenzo. The floater. Edwards for 3. Got it again. That makes him 8 for 15 for the night.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact.
George passes to Markkanen. Here's Bailey. McDaniels covering. Back to Markkanen. Takes a 3. Edwards pulls it in. Edwards has got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. It's tipped. Pass to Nurkic. Here's Mikhailuk. George outside. Markkanen with a screen on DiVincenzo. George, no good. Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from 3 since halftime. Here's Randall. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota.
Well, the defense looks helpless trying to contain them in the open floor, and they've continued to exploit this advantage.
The other thing for this team today, they have a bunch of second chance points. They're turning misses into makes.
And Minnesota making a change here. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Dillingham's checked in for Edwards. And Conley's subbed in for DiVincenzo.
It seems to me Julius Randle improves every season, and the more responsibility he's given, it seems the better he performs.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Coaches love assisted buckets, boy. It just means the team is working well together.
And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. Pass to Clark. Here's Dillingham. Yet to see a basket. Now Randall. The kick out to Conley. The 3. The rebound by Filipowski.
Well, despite the miss, obviously the shot this offense looking to generate is exactly that.
Here's Collier. Launches a 3. No good on the shot. Well, the Timberwolves shooting the rock at 58%. Randall. And it's Randall with the jam.
Now, guys, over the years, we've seen Randall become a much more aggressive scorer. You love his tenacity.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Hendricks. Checked by Randall. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
If a teammate's open in the painted area, you give him the basketball. Those are high-quality shots.
And Grant, when it comes to pure shot-making ability, scouts love Ace Bailey's natural tools.
Yeah, when he's taking good shots, he can carry the offense. He needs to get a little stronger and clean up a few things, but his upside as a scorer is tremendous.
Pass to Bailey. And again, it's Utah.
Boy, remarkable how efficient he's been scoring the ball. He feels good right now.
Clark outside. Reed sets a screen. Unloads. Clark, no good.
He forced that one. Not a productive trip up the floor.
And in a way, by taking that one, he's bailing out the defense. It's just too easy to stop.
Utah moving the ball around. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. 9 points in the game. 4 on the clock. Over Clark. Minnesota with a rebound. Reed's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Dillingham. To the middle. Here's Randall. And he banks in the layup. Randall's got 11 in the second half.
He's carried much of the scoring load tonight, and with the win in reach, don't expect him to let up.
Here's Collier. Up and over Conley. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, firmly in control with an impressive 28-point lead as the quarter ends. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Back after this. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And a look now at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the 4th quarter. Randall at power forward with Reed at center. Mike Conley out there with Dillingham. And it's Clark in at the 3. Pass to Dillingham. 3-pointer. Doesn't go that time.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Filipowski to pass to George. Well, one thing fans always have opinions about is NBA officiating.
Listen, I'm going to let the fans go crazy. What I recognize is officiating is one of the toughest jobs in the world. This game moves so quickly. They are making decisions in real time at sometimes very difficult angles. I am here to support the officials all the way. I'll tell you, he's been struggling, but they are still in line to come out of here with a W.
Pass to Filipowski. And here's George. For 3, Collier. Dillingham with a rebound.
Well, he went into the locker room with 1-3 to his credit, and he's still looking here for number 2.
Outside Conley. Back to Randall. Money on the 19-footer. Randall's got 33.
Yeah, you know that when Julius Randle gets into his rhythm offensively, he can be problematic for defensive teams.
Filipowski to pass to Bailey. Back to Filipowski. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
And you lay that pass out there just like a great quarterback. Let your teammate run to it.
Reed to screen on George. Outside Reed. Takes the 3. Utah grabs the miss. Up top, George. He's guarded by Conley. Pass to Collier. And with the cap, many teams looking for cheap young players to fill the bench. How does that affect the mid-level vets?
Again, BA, I go back to how difficult roster construction and sustaining a quality roster are. The mention of youth here is about, listen, you have to hope your draft choices work out well, and you have to hope your young players develop quickly because they are on team-friendly contracts.
The Jazz have gone 1 of 4 since the fourth quarter began. Filipowski
doesn't have to break his momentum at all to catch the pass.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Conley passes to Clark. They set the pick. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Clark. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Hendricks. Hendricks has got 4 rebounds now. To the paint. Here's Filipowski, and he goes in for the dunk.
Just love the unselfishness there. Keep the ball moving. Good things happen.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Shooting for the Timberwolves, Robert Dillingham, taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes a first. Doors for teams looking to trade away a big money player. It seems the landscape is getting more challenging.
BA, to me, roster construction is one of the single most difficult things in this league. First and foremost, there are rules in place that restrict salary acquisition. The other piece of this is there are now second aprons in place. So it's not just roster construction, it's sustaining a quality roster over time and keeping that continuity. Success in this league is tough.
And so it's Reed with it. He brings it up for Minnesota. So far in the fourth, they've allowed just 6 points. Good ball movement here by Minnesota. Clark outside. Out to the right wing. And here's Dillingham from the arc. Minnesota again missing.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
Pass to Markkanen. And despite the NBA's popularity, some folks criticizing the wide-open style of play.
Yeah, you know, BA, some of the artistry is lost when guys are mostly hunting for open threes. But for some teams like the Celtics and Warriors, that's been a championship-winning formula. And, well, we all know it's a copycat league.
Pass to Dillingham. Reed sets a screen. Lets the three fly. Rebound, Utah. Filipowski's got 5 rebounds tonight. Driving inside. And here's Bailey for 3. Oh, that's his 8th make of the game. He's only missed 4 so far.
And there's not a ton of time left, but they're still in the game.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Dillingham. Left side Reed. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
Well, the high percentage opportunity. Naz Reed on the inside.
George outside. Now Markkanen. George finds Markkanen. Tries to break his ice. That one falls.
They're improving, but still find themselves behind.
Yeah, but this run started with tighter execution at both ends, and that'll need to be maintained for them to have a chance to take the lead.
Down low. And he dunks it. What a pass to set him up.
Boy, how about that pass? He put it right where it needed to be.
For Utah, they've got 5 out of 10 shots to drop here in the final quarter. Pass to Bailey. Back to George. Here's Bailey. From outside the arc. Another 3 for Utah.
This guy's been great, no doubt about it, but it hasn't been enough to get them where they want to be.
Outside Conley. Here's Dillingham. Now Conley. Let's go with a 3. A different look here for Utah. Nurkic has checked in for Filipowski, and Mikhailuk subbed in for Collier. On offense, here's Utah. They're on a 14-5 run. George passes to Bailey. Markkanen against Reed. Pass to Bailey. Markkanen outside. Now here's Nurkic. For three, George. It's rebounded by Minnesota. Reed's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Dillingham. It's good.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Bailey. And you look at the different kinds of leadership, whether vocal or by example. Which do you prefer, Doris?
Well, I'm a greedy type of person, BA, so I want both. Obviously, a veteran who's been there and done that is going to hold weight with what he says. But your best players have got to also lead by example. Give me both types, BA.
Juzang, that's good.
Well, this is what you get when you run the offense through Conley on time and on target.
George passes to Bailey. It's Markkanen on the wing. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
Just not his night offensively. That's part of why they fell behind.
Pass to Dillingham. Back to Conley. Fires for 3. The rebound by Markkanen. The Jazz have gone 7 of 14 here in the fourth from the floor. And here's Nurkic. Reed defending. Utah moving the ball around. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Markkanen with the stuff.
Yeah, Markkanen, a big-time athlete. Set that lob up in the air and he'll finish.
Minnesota leading by 22. And here's Conley. Pass to Reed. Here's Dillingham. Three-pointer off the mark.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Bailey, the pass to George. Markkanen outside. Here's Bailey. Using his post moves to get the 2 points. Bailey's got 10 points now, just in this quarter. The Timberwolves shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. Here's Berger. Back to Conley. And you think about the Defensive Player of the Year award. It tends to go to big men. Any thought of dividing the award into 2? Maybe one for perimeter players and the other for big men?
Absolutely not, Brian. What we need to do is consider that the single most important thing it is for your defense nightly is guarding the best point guards or wings in the league. And the voters have got to understand it can't only be about big men.
George for 3. Minnesota with a rebound.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Pass to Berger. 1:24 left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Conley with the ball. Here's Juzang. Three-pointer, no good.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Timberwolves.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this will give them their 28th win of the year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Julius Randle.
So highly effective on the offensive end. At times, this guy just scoring at will.
Pass to Mikhailuk. Back to George. Here's Bailey. It's Mikhailuk on the wing. And he nails it! And so Conley will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 16-point game. Here's Berenger, defended by Nurkic. Now Conley. Ooh, the three doesn't go. So it's Minnesota easily grabbing this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Rudy, you guys came to play tonight. Can you talk about the motivation right from the opening tip?
We just wanted to have a good defensive game, come out ready and make sure we communicate and run back because these guys are very talented and we did a great job.
The communication paid off. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Julius Randle.